Today's October 26th. I'm just the messenger, so don't get mad at me. So it looks like that Russia is encircling these two cities right here, which are a big deal, because I don't even know how to pronounce these, so I'm not even going to try. First of all, this is just some rumors. This is not confirmed exactly, but it looks like that these two major cities here are being encircled. What does that mean? There's 31,000 Ukraine troops that are surrounded, if this is true. So this is not 100% true, confirmed. So this might not even be happening right now, but based off some reporting, looks like that's happening. So 31,000 troops is a lot of troops for Ukraine because they don't have any troops really. This is like a big part of their army right here. So that's kind of a big deal. The whole Russia thing is only getting worse, and Ukraine just attacked Russia a couple days ago, so is this the response, or was this kind of always the plan here? I don't know. I'm not really gonna talk too much about it because it's a rumor right now. But if it is true, it's a big deal. So just wanted to show you guys that. And then there's a couple stories here I wanted to show you guys. So Kamala is teasing about another presidential run. I don't think this is true. I don't think she's going to do this. I think she's just saying stuff to keep her base happy. The base that doesn't matter. So anyway, she basically was saying, I'm not done. She didn't say yes or no, but who knows, actually, because she's so insane. She might run again, to be honest. I kind of hope she does. That'd be actually really great for us. But I just think it's funny how she still thinks she's relevant. I mean, I'm not even going to talk too much about this because everybody knows that it doesn't matter if she runs or not. She has no chance. Now, with that being said, I wanted to show you guys Gavin Newsom is obviously thinking about running. Everybody knows that. Even before this last election, we were assuming he was going to run in 2028. So, I mean, I would personally love if both of these two candidates ran on the Democrat side, because J.D. Vance or Rubio, whoever is going to be the next president, that's going to be a very easy election. So whether it's Newsom and Harris or either, I think that'd be pretty easy for the Republicans to win that major election. But Gavin Newsom, you know what you're going to get out of him, which is nothing. So these comments that he's saying isn't anything new. He's been having these comments like a year ago. He was saying he wanted to run, basically. He couldn't run last time. The Democrats wouldn't let anyone else run except Biden. And then they switched for Kamala. Nobody voted for that. RFK was doing better, and they didn't even give him the opportunity. So anyway, Gavin Newsom has no chance. Harris has no chance. Everybody knows that. So I really hope that they do run, because that would be a very easy win for the Republicans. For J.D. Vance, let's be honest. J.D. Vance is definitely going to be the next president, especially if these two guys run. But I just thought it was so funny that he was saying, I'm giving it serious thought, and then Kamala today said, I'm not done. Maybe they're planning a ticket together, a Newsom-Harris ticket. Like I said, that'd be amazing for the Republicans. So just kind of weird timing. Was that weird timing, or was that coordinated? Because if Newsom and Harris, if they do a president, vice president type of ticket thing, then maybe this was coordinated. But it's pretty interesting. Both the leading candidates on the Democrat side, both today, kind of implied that they want to run in 2028. So keep that in mind. That's 3 years away, but who knows? I mean, I don't think they like each other. I think they probably would rather run separately, but the DNC might force them to be together. Who knows? Either way, it'd be great for JD Vance. Like, really great. So, some other headlines today. Nothing too insane, to be honest. Governor Glenn Youngkin declares state of emergency over government shutdown threatening SNAP benefits. Yes, SNAP benefits are stopping at the end of the week unless the shutdown stops. But the Democrats are not going to just comply. They're going to have this little standoff. And basically, a lot of people are going to freak out probably because SNAP benefits are going to run out. Who knows what that's going to look like in the civilian streets, but it could be chaos, to be honest. Yeah, nothing too much going on here. Brett Baer fact checks J.B. Pritzker claim that Chicago isn't in top 30 murders. Yeah, so basically, J.B. Pritzker went on Fox News and said that Chicago's not a top 30 murder place, even though it's number one. So they're just completely lying to your face, and I just think it's pretty funny how he just doesn't accept that. But Chicago's the most dangerous city in America right now, and for him to try to say it's not is just insane. It's like trying to tell people the sky isn't blue or something like that. Yeah. So that's who the Democrats are. That's who J.B. Pritzker is, number one in murders, and he probably won't admit that for some reason because he wants people to think that he's doing a good job and that Trump is lying. Anyway, you should watch that clip because it's pretty funny. Brett Baer literally shows him the statistics. And yeah. And that's pretty much it. A quarter of New Yorkers will consider leaving New York City if Mamdani wins. Yes, we've known this. They've talked about this since he really started running, to be honest. I mean, people are leaving New York anyway. So if Mamdani wins, this is only going to escalate that even more. Not that Cuomo would do any much better, to be honest. It's just that people have such a hatred for New York and their taxes right now that yeah, if Mamdani wins, then a quarter of New Yorkers will leave, probably even more. But that's the goal. I mean, that's the plan. Import illegal aliens who are going to vote Democrat. So the Democrats are doing their job in New York. I do think Mamdani's going to win. I don't see any other option. I don't see any other way he can lose, even if Sliwa endorses Cuomo. I don't think even that's going to help that much. So, yeah, a lot of nonsense going on in New York, and just nobody wants to vote for any of these candidates. But Mamdani's definitely going to do more damage. So over here on Breitbart, nothing really happening other than Trump signs peace trade deal ending Cambodia Thailand conflict. So basically, Cambodia and Thailand have been fighting forever, and most recently, a couple months ago, with when Thailand attacked Cambodia, there was an ongoing skirmish for a while that was only getting bigger and escalating. So this is a big deal. Trump is in Asia right now. He's doing a little tour. He's already met with some leaders. And they already had a little peace agreement agreed to when this whole thing started a few months ago. But this is kind of like the final peace agreement. So Thailand and Cambodia are going to behave because they need to have some sort of relationship with the United States. And basically what happened in this meeting is Trump told them, if you guys continue to fighting, you can't do business with us. More so Cambodia because Thailand's more of an ally. But the same thing happened with India, Pakistan. Trump literally just told them, okay, you want to lose all your money, then you can fight because you're not going to do any business with us. So this was very easy for Trump to do. See, Trump can't just do this with Russia because they're so sanctioned and they're already not an ally and we don't do much business with them. So he can't just terminate trade with them as a threat. He can definitely do it with these countries because they're more reliant and desperate with us. Also, Trump was like dancing when he arrived. It was pretty funny. So this is a huge deal. It's not as big of a deal as Russia, Ukraine, obviously, but it is a big deal. It's another war that Trump stopped, and because this was escalating, I'm not saying this would have led to nuclear war, but there's no need for these countries to be fighting, and Trump ended it, so that's a good thing. So that's actually probably the best story of the day, and the best thing that happened today. But the main thing is this. MSNBC claims Trump wants to use military as private army to kill Americans. Okay, so this is the Podesta plan. Everybody knows what the Podesta plan is, I hope, and we see it happening in real time, especially when Trump won and blue states immediately started trying to be sanctuary states, sanctuary cities for healthcare and illegal immigrants. And so this is the Podesta plan playing out. They are trying to foment a civil war. They're also trying to foment a nuclear war in Ukraine. Just because Trump's in doesn't mean everything's perfect, because the globalists are going forward with the Podesta plan, which basically means blue states and blue cities will basically succeed and launch a civil war against conservatives with the help of illegal aliens and their sanctuary policies. So that's what's basically happening, and MSNBC is just stoking the flames here. They're saying that Trump wants to use the military as a private army to kill Americans. They're saying that because they're getting you ready for the false flag. When Trump sends the National Guard into certain cities and certain areas, I believe there's going to be a false flag. That's going to be a massacre. That's going to kill a lot of people, specifically illegal aliens or black people specifically. And that's going to basically trigger the Civil War, they hope. It's got to be a really big massacre. And they've been saying this for a long time. A lot of the top Democrats have been hinting at this. They've been saying as soon as the triggering event happens, this is going to happen, and we're going to go on the offense. Gavin Newsom said that to Colbert the other week. He said we're about to go on offense, and he showed him the map where California's this sanctuary city, and they can succeed and all this. And so this is the Podesta plan that's being played out, which was if Trump won in 2020, blue states would succeed, harbor illegal aliens, launch a civil war. And that's what's happening right now, because they were able to rig it in 2020, not in 2024. And now that Trump's in, they're going forward with the Podesta plan. And so I'm really concerned about this because Trump keeps trying to send the National Guard into a lot of cities, and I think that's only going to give the globalists a better chance to do this false flag. So I don't know where or when this is going to happen, but I do expect the National Guard to be sent somewhere. They're going to foment a false flag. It's going to make it look like the military kills a bunch of people, illegal aliens specifically. And they're going to use that as a triggering event for a civil war. I really hope that doesn't happen. I'm not saying that's going to happen exactly how I say, but that's definitely the Podesta plan if you read it. And we're watching it happen. We've been watching it happen since Trump won, because you see the Democrats' leadership start talking about it, using the vocabulary, and then actually calling it for what it is. So it's really scary times in the U.S. in regards to this, because there's a lot of TDS and a lot of hate, and if the Democrats can fire up their base, it'll look like Black Lives Matter protest on steroids. So MSNBC knows what they're doing here. This guy probably doesn't. He probably literally just is saying this. But MSNBC knows what they're doing about having this headline and having this guy say this. Because if there's a false flag or a bunch of people die, illegal aliens, the Democrat base will kind of know it's coming because they keep hearing their leader say, Trump's going to kill us. Trump's using the military to come get us. So that's basically what's happening, and I really hope it doesn't happen, but that's what they're trying to do, and they're pretty good at doing stuff, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully Trump can just be careful and be aware of it and make sure it doesn't happen, because if they just get a huge false flag, the Democrat base will at least riot for a few weeks. I mean, Black Lives Matter again. But if they can get a really big one, then they can really do some violence. And that's what they want. So that's about it for today. Sunday, nothing really happening. So again, this won't be the last time you'll see someone on TV say something like this. Because they want you to have that in your mind so that if this event happens, it won't be a shock to their base. So let's say no to the Podesta plan. How about that? All right, well, if anything else happens, I'll do another video. And until then, see ya.